Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this. This is Dave Puroresu for the 18th of January 2019. I'm here okay, joined by Dion. Introductions out the way. Dion, how you doing this fine for finally fucking cold evening?
Man, pretty well, man. Over here in the States, well, my part, Midwest, the prelude to this big snowfall we're about to get. So, of course, everybody's thinking it's, the end of the world and judgment and everything. See, me, I'm just going to sit back. If I'm snowed in, I'm snowed in. If not, I'm not. But answer the question, long story short, okay, I'm doing pretty well.
Dude, you're so lucky you get snow. Like, when you get snow, you get time off the work. You get to have, like, a fucking snowball fight.
Do you not get snow?
Dude, I think we had snow a year or two ago, but it's just fucking cold. Like, it's crazy. It's just cold. There's no snow, no nothing. It's fucking depressing.
To me, like, when this is cold and no snow, I'm with you. It's pretty depressing because I'm like, if it's going to be cold, at least snow a little bit. Like,
also, hopefully, Patrick, who normally comes on the show with us, hopefully he had a good exam. Did he tell you anything about his exam today?
I have not heard anything about his exam. Knowing Patrick, like we both know him, I'm sure he nailed the exam. I'm sure he passed it with flying colors. So, yeah, man, shout out to P, man. I'm sure you killed that thing.
Right. Win-loss tie, Fantasticamania 2019 for the 18th of January. So this is the 6th show they've done. This is the first one I've tuned into. I presume you've watched all of them because...
Yes, I have, sir. And to say win-loss or tie, this show definitely right here was a win. I think this is probably the best show so far of the Fantasticamanias that they've had on New Japan World. But as far as the Fantasticamania tour as a whole, I'm not going to say it's a loss because I've enjoyed stuff on this tour, but I just felt like with this Fantasticamania tour, it's a tie, the whole tour right now. But this is something that's been missing, and it's not like, oh, Roosh isn't on the tour, which of course would be like the default go-to being an Ingobernables head like I am. But I just feel like something is missing from this tour. I just can't put my finger on it.
That's fair. Again, this is the first one I've watched. I gave the show a win. I thought this show was really fun. I hadn't had time and finally got time freed up. But this show was decent. What was your because if you said someone go watch something from this show, what would you tell them to watch?
Well, of course you know me. The 8-man tag LIJ versus Raijin and Fujin versus Kojima and Henare. That was really good. The Grand Guerrero and Ultimo Guerrero tag match was really good. The singles match between Barbaro Cavernario and Soberano Jr. was really good. So, and then the final was really good. So okay, fuck it. I'd say the whole show.
Whoa, you said finals. What do you mean?
Not final, but the final match. And pretty much, it wasn't I think it was the semifinals for the CMLL Brothers tournament. So it was the semifinal, but it was the final match of the night, is what I was meaning.
Oh, dude, no, I think that was the final because that makes complete sense. Because I watched the show and obviously I hadn't watched any of the other tours. So I have no fucking idea of what's going on storyline wise. And I went to Cage Match because we put the results in the description of the video. So I just copy and pasted it from Cage Match, the results. And I fucking looked, and it said final of a tournament, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what this tournament is, so I'm just going to pretend it didn't happen. So what fucking tournament has it?
That's right. That's right. They're right. Okay, that this was the final of that tournament because I remember going back on the New Japan, not New Japan World, but the New Japan 1972 site when I was looking at the match lineups for the other day. It did say the winner of this tournament was going to face the brother Guerrero team. So this was the tournament winner right here.
Okay, so what do they face on the 20th then? For your show?
Mm-hmm.
What was it for? Or just
I think honestly, just bragging rights.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, because they didn't come out with belts, so I just presumed that it'd be for belts or something. I don't know. Who knows? Luch is different. We're from the fucking Kurikan Hall. Attendance was 1,526. Decent attendance, I'd say. Wasn't sold out. You need an extra 200 to sell it out. But I think that the attendance was decent. Again, I can't remember 18, 17, and 16's Fantasticamania attendance, but do you think it was better or worse than last year if you remember?
If I had to guess, is going off the top of my head, of course, what I just said, I would probably have to say was maybe a little better. I know with being the CMLL guys coming over here, I think it was just kind of a mixture of who they were brought over because they brought Dragon Lee over, they brought Volador Jr. over, but a lot of people over in Japan, they do love Roosh. They love him a lot. I'm one of the people that do love him. But I think it's also to where, like, El Terrible, I'm familiar with him. A lot of people are familiar with him, but maybe a lot of these Japanese wrestler fans are not too familiar with him. So they're like, I can maybe miss these tours because honestly, you see Evil and Sonata, they missed these tours. They're missing this tour as well. Last year was because Evil was injured at this time last year, and I was like, oh well, Evil's injured, so he's not making it. But hell, this year Evil nor Sonata are making these tours. So, and I think this is the second year in a row that one Tanahashi hasn't done it because he was hurt last year and he's not doing it this year, and second year in a row that Okada's not doing it either because he used to do these often as well.
Yeah, it's interesting that of all the like top stars in the company, it's interesting that Naito is one of the only main stars that is actually on the tour. The guy never takes a fucking day off. Respect that a lot.
You can say a lot of you think everything you want about Naito. I know UMP joke here, but y'all got to at least give him that, man. Naito, as far as he pretty much works his ass off and works daily for them when they ask him to work.
Oh yeah. We're only ribbing you when
no, for sure. I know. But yeah, he's a consistent worker, man. He's always there.
Yeah, 100%. Probably he is probably the most over guy on the roster. Like, flip between him and Okada depending on where you are. I think it's the best way of looking at it. I think it just depends where you are in Japan, which one will be the most over. Let's get to the opener. We had Audaz, Liger, and Taguchi against Bullet Club's Gedo, Ishimori, and Templario. Those fucking horns. That's my first note. That's my first piece of note that I took. If you haven't watched CMLL before, they always have those fucking horns, and it's in Lucha. They're like, and it's like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I see the horns and hear the horns at the Korakuen. It just made me laugh. I just burst out laughing, like picturing fucking horns at Korakuen Hall. It just didn't sound right. It sounded off. Like, because when I watch CMLL, it's usually the Arena Mexico show, so it's kind of like a distinct noise for that distinct building. But hearing the horn in the Korakuen just put me off a little bit. What was your thoughts on the horns?
You know what? Honestly, I noticed them initially, but I actually tuned them out because I think I heard them initially, but I was like, I didn't really pay attention to them because I'm not saying I watch Lucha every waking minute, second, day of my life, but you do hear those frequent in Lucha wrestling. So I just kind of tuned them out after a while. I can understand how they could be agitating and annoying to people. Like, I can definitely understand that. Don't get that twisted, but I just kind of blocked them out.
Yeah, I think towards the end of the night I did. It was just the first thing I heard, like the first match, the bell and the fucking whistle, like the whistle blew.
Shit, okay, around probably when the show first came on, those fucking horns might be the only thing keeping me up, man. Because it's like I'm just like almost faint. I was like, did I hear a horn? I was like, oh, I'm back, I'm good.
Yeah, it was just a bit comical. This one was
another thing too. Before we get into these matches, I didn't even notice this until actually the whole show was done, but. During the first couple of shows of these tours, Kushida was, frequenting these shows, and he wasn't on the show tonight, so I'll have to check the rest of the card for the last two shows. I'm sure he'll have to be on for the last two.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be. I mean, if not, we'll see him against Tanahashi, won't we, on the 28th on road, either the Road to New Beginning or the New Beginning. I'll get confused with the dates. But yeah, Kushida Tanahashi will be a banger, and that'll be his final match, which is a bit depressing, but it is how it is. This one, obviously, its job was to build up Taguchi and Ishimori, which is fine. Taguchi came out with his mask like he did last year and like he normally does. Ishimori ripped it off, and then Taguchi sold it like it was just disgracing his whole legacy, which is fucking funny. And then Audaz got the win with this really nice transition into a cross-arm breaker to get the win. I thought this was a fun opener. Again, build up Taguchi and Ishimori for the junior title very well. What was your thoughts on that? I thought it was decent.
I'm gonna like this match a whole lot, and shout out to Jonna because she says every time we say this, man, I must say like this Templario. Him and Audaz have been having a mini little rivalry on this tour. Templario got the victory the first night, so it was good to see Audaz, who's about 27 years old here, and I think this is his first time coming over here to Fantasticamania. It's good to see him get a win here. So I think they're probably going to finish out the tour taking on each other. So yeah, they just get to face each other more and more and more, and this was some more good stuff here. So I know it's maybe goes understated, but maybe Fantasticamania is not getting the biggest fanfare and the biggest hype this year, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been good, and I think this match is pretty decent.
Oh yeah, but it's coming off Wrestle Kingdom, isn't it? It's always like that. Absolutely. Calm down, where just relax. It's not even New Japan, like, because like to most people, it's like a CMLL show. So, and they don't watch CMLL. Maybe they're not even interested in it. So like, I don't need to watch it. Like, it doesn't involve New Japan stories minus the Taguchi and Ishimori build. So, I can understand why people aren't watching it, but I don't get to watch CMLL very much. So I kind of enjoy these shows. and I've regretted not watching all of them, but we've just been doing other stuff, so it just is how it is, really.
It's something that probably between you and I, it's something we maybe can get both of our eyes on a little more and maybe review a little bit. I mean, we're not saying a date or anything, but that's probably something we can check out.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe some of their big shows. We should definitely check out some of their big. I need to check out Lucha big shows more in general, to be honest. That's obviously going to be said when we just watched a decent 2.5 hour Lucha show. Of course, we're going to be saying that. But we had Keep On Us. Everyone, keep on us if you enjoy Lucha. So then we had Angel de Oro and Titan against Forastero and Okumura. Dude, I've forgotten how much I loved the opening couple of minutes of Lucha Libre. Like, it was just like, wow. It's just brilliant. Titan needs to be in the Best of Super Juniors. Was he in it? I think he was in it maybe 2 years ago. I don't think he was in it last year. I think 2 years ago. Yeah, he was in it. I think I definitely, and especially now, Kushida gone, Ricochet gone, Ospreay now heavyweight, presumably. That's 3 big names. Hopefully they bring some CMLL. Oh, that's a fucking nasty one on the tongue. CMLL guys over for the tournament this year. What's your thoughts on if they'll do that?
I'm with you right there. Tag team is not like we agree just to agree, but when we're right. No, I agree with 100% with you, man. It will behoove them to bring some of these guys over here as far as the Best of the Super Juniors, and hell, just for little spurts in general, because with Kushida gone, getting ready to leave, like you said, junior heavyweight, and also potentially Will Ospreay going to heavyweight, potential other things going on with the junior heavyweight division. It's a lot of question marks with it. It's like, who is the junior heavyweight ace at this point? Because their ace is leaving. So it's pretty much like it's open. It's an open playing field. It's pretty much like, a free for all as far as the junior heavyweight division goes in New Japan. And I think a guy like, he wasn't in this match here, but I think a guy like bringing like a Dragon Lee over and bringing a dude who I think has actually shined this tournament along with Titan, but a guy who I think has shined this tournament is Angel de Oro. He has pretty much had a very good Fantasticamania this tour. So I like him a whole lot. I like Titan a whole lot. I think they would do him a service bringing him over. And honestly, Okumura, this whole tour, what I've seen him, he's had solid matches. Okumura, forever how old he is, let me check the man's age.
48.
He is still a solid worker, and I don't think that can be understated. So I like this match here too. It was under 10 minutes, and yeah, this Corkin show was just hitting, and I think this match has added to that. So
yeah, I thought he was decent. Again, I remember because I clicked on all the wrestlers in the cage match, because I like to just see if I recognize Titan, because I remember seeing him in the Best of Super Juniors. But I always just like clicking on the cage match. With again, no affiliation with cage match, just I use them, so free publicity, because I get to use their site for free. But yeah, this was a fun one. Just lots of high flying spots, and then Titan basically did this really cool spot where he hooked every arm and every leg, and just rolled him up. He literally just kind of pushed him over and just kind of stood on top of him like, you're not kicking out, and he got the free. I like finishes like that, because in a shoot you would do that. You would do that if you're in a shoot. You're like, oh look, it's been going 10 minutes. Fuck it, let's just wrap you up and kind of roll you over. I thought it was decent.
Let's just get out of here with the win.
Yeah, I thought it was decent. What's your thoughts on the match?
Oh yeah, I like this match a whole lot. Like I said, Titan, Angel de Oro, 2 solid talent, man. Okumura, I think Jana said that. She says it doesn't have the same effect when he's breaking out the Japanese flag in Japan. It's like you're pretty much like, yay, I'm a baby face. Look at me, y'all. Because over in Mexico, he'll break out the Japanese flag, and of course he's the heel. So doesn't really have the same effect. I thought he should have brought the Mexican flag out over this time. But even though it's just like, the Japanese fans would still cheer him, because they're like, that's cool. You're showing, respect, because you've been wrestling over there. But this match was pretty solid. Forastero, he was one of the guys on this tour that has bounced back between teaming with Bullet Club and teaming with Suzuki Gun, because early part of this tour, Suzuki Gun, that being fucking, I can't even think of Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Taiji, they teamed with them. And I remember after post-match, they're like, man, we make people look good, and we don't even know who they are. Like, I don't even know who this dude is. And you just know that he doesn't know what they're saying. So it's just some hilarious shit, because it's like nobody here. So then fucking Taiji, he's like, they're just standing there. He's like, Taiji's tells him he starts speaking Spanish. He's like, hey, speak, man, talk. I'm like, damn, Taiji's kind of went up here a little bit. But nah, this is good, man. I want to see more all of these. I wish that they didn't just come over this for these tours. I wish they would just come over and say, this, wrestler X is just coming over here for a couple weeks. I wish they would do that more with these CMLL guys, but
Yeah,
Who
but
knows what
I think with that in mind, I think you would have to kind of obviously a working relationship would mean that you would have to say CMLL send over say Dragon Lee for instance for a couple of weeks. That means New Japan are going to have to send over someone for a couple of weeks, and New Japan can't really afford to send their top stars over during their tours.
I mean, they kind of already like not a couple of weeks, but
yeah, they send it for a day, don't they?
Yeah, they sent them. Yeah, Okada and Naito did the Arena Mexico shows back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, so again, I feel it's a come over for the big shows, and then kind of you just return the favor. And obviously, this is a joint show, so they probably split whatever profits made or whatever. I don't know how it works, but I mean, either way, I'm like yourself. I do wish we get to see more of these guys in New Japan more often. And then we had the LIJ 8-man tags. We had Bushi, Shingo Takagi, and Tetsuya Naito teaming with El Terrible. Against Fujin, Raijin, and Satoshi Kojima and Henare. Fujin and Raijin is Sho and Yo.
What?
Yeah,
sorry.
Sorry for spoiling it for everyone. It's so funny, like, because obviously I literally looked at the card and I was like, I've never seen Fujin and Raijin before. I'm like, who the fuck are they? Like, normally at least I would have heard of the guys from CMLL, and I was like, all right, what the fuck? And they have cage match profiles, so these guys like legends or something. So I click on them, and it takes you to Sho. Yo, and I'm like, fuck's sake, brutal. They killed it. They killed on cage match, killing kayfabe, absolutely killing it.
I love it, dude. The other day, when I was watching one of the shows earlier, we got up in the morning, and I was like, hey, these are some wrestlers that you know right here, and I was like, you know them, you've seen them before. My girl just goes, that's Sho and Yo, right? And I was just like. When they hadn't even wrestled yet. They were just like walking to the ring, doing their little, mannerisms and shit. And I was like, yeah, that's Sho and Yo. I was like, yeah, I was trying to build it up, like, yeah, you don't know him, but you know him. And he's like, that's Sho and Yo, right? And I was like, yep, that's them. Just pretty much just killed it. But and I said the other day, I was like, man, for only wrestling a couple times a year, or maybe even once a year, Raijin and Fujin are pretty damn good wrestlers. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge here. But this is LIJ's first loss, okay, during this tour, because they've been pretty dominant over this 8-man tag, because it's been pretty much the standard 8-man tag that we've been getting. We've been getting the team of Kojima, Henare, Ryusuke, and Raijin and Fujin taking on the LIJ, or Los Ingobernables with El Terrible here. And this is the first time they got the victory.
Okay, so if we kind of have you seen this match a gazillion times now? The exact same match?
I've seen a different incarnation of this match a couple times, but of course, I'm going to watch this match every couple times. But yeah, this was interesting, and I'm glad they actually, which is you're gonna think I'm crazy and weird, but I'm actually kind of glad they lost this match here because El Terrible ate a lariat from Kojima, and they're gonna have a singles match here coming up in a couple days. Maybe it's Sunday or Monday. I can't remember what day it is.
It's the 20th, which is Sunday.
So they're going to have a singles match. And shit, last year, I don't know if you remember this, but he and Rush had a singles match, and that was pretty much Kojima's last match for being injured for a while. But during that whole build-up, LIJ won every match. Kojima just got fucking washed. So I was just like, yeah, I like the LIJ won those matches, but if he's going to have a match with Rush and then still lose, I was like, he probably should have got one win here, and I'm glad that he actually got a win here on El Terrible.
Yeah, I'm excited for the match on the 20th. It should be a fun one. Again, obviously, that's the reason this match is taking place. Bushi wearing a Rush shirt made me chuckle. I was like, oh, geez. Let's talk a bit about Rush. He signed full-time with Ring of Honor. What's your opinion on that decision he made? And do you think that now he's signed with Ring of Honor, do you see him being in New Japan more or less than we already see him? We only see him, 2 weeks out of a year?
I think we'll see him in New Japan more, to answer that second question. Because with the evacuation of the elite, that leaves a hole. That is pretty much a void to be filled by whether it be a homegrown talent or whether it be a foreign talent. And I think Rush coming over as a foreign talent because, they're going to have Ring of Honor guys come over here and there because we're still apparently having a working relationship. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rush. Maybe I'm not going to say G1 Climax because that's everybody, of course, always say stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't definitely be surprised to see Rush come over for this time next year World Tag League. But fast forward later this year, December World Tag League. Don't be surprised if Rush is tagging with Naito in there.
Because that's during Final Battle time, though, isn't it?
But that kind of is, but I don't know. It just depends on what Rush's contract is with Ring of Honor. Is it like kind of open? He can.
Yeah, it's because I know he's still allowed to work CMLL shows, but he's exclusive to Ring of Honor. So basically, it's like, do you know Matt Taven's always on CMLL?
Yep.
It's like it'll be like that. So basically, Rush will still be on a lot of the shows, but when Ring of Honor have a TV taping, he can't be booked because he's signed there.
Yeah. So no, like, so I think it'd be good. And plus, hey, I've never gotten to see Rush live, so I get to see Rush live. Because I'm sure he's probably going to be at the Madison Square Garden show. So,
oh yeah, you're going to MSG. You're going to the Supercard show, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I am.
Jeez, how much were those tickets?
Let me see. Probably about maybe like 120.
Got me sideways. Good seats, bad seats.
Decent. They're like mid-level seats. They're
the best ones, dude. They're the best ones. I think mid, because the thing is, if you go to the bottom, unless you're front row at a big show, you're kind of like leaning your head over, like trying to see where.
I agree 100%.
You don't want to be right at the top because then you have to get your binoculars, and you want to just kind of be on that middle, the slope going up. I think that's the best place to be.
I think the middle's good. If you can't get the front row, and if you can't get the front row, I would probably say the aisle. If you're like right on, because that's where one of the seats I had at the G1 special 2 years ago, year and a half ago, I was like right on the aisle, like, you know what I mean. So it was just like
you could just lean your head over and see everything.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a fair shout. But this one again, it was okay. Again, props to Naito. It's horrible because like my whole notes we've already talked about. We've already talked about Kojima terrible. We talked about Bushido and Rush. Naito, we've already talked about the start of the thing.
I'm about to say, okay, that's another thing. I'm glad you brought up the Bushi and the Rush shirt, but that's another thing too about Fantasticamania that I love is during this time, this is where Bushi gets to break out all his Los Ingobernables merchandise that's not New Japan merchandise. So he's going to try to use that to his utmost ability.
As he fucking well should. So again, wanted to give props to Naito for working this tour. It not getting put over enough. I'm not gonna lie. During this, I did get scared watching Terrible trying to powerbomb Kojima.
Oh, because
I was like, put him down. I was like, put him down. Put him down. Put him down. And thankfully, he did. Kojima then with a lariat to Terrible, as you said, got the win. It was solid. It was an LIJ tag. It's always going to be good. But no, done its job, getting us excited for the match on the 20th.
And I like how at the end where Bushi, he's going over to the ref and he's like, "Hey man, he kicked out." Like he was like, "Nah, Bushi clearly didn't." Bushi's like, "All right, man, he didn't."
Then we had Atlantis Jr. against Los Guerreros La Guarneras, butchered that, which is Gran Guerrero and Ultimo Guerrero. Atlantis, we always make jokes on the show, don't we, about when we talk about age, in a respectful manner, of course. But Atlantis is 56 years old, and he's, bless his fucking cotton socks, he goes out there and bloody gives it his all. I respect the shit out of that man. Like, unbelievable. Is Atlantis Jr.'s son?
Yes, he is.
That must be incredible. Like, both going over on holiday to Japan, both wrestling in a team, you know, what father watching son. That must be amazing. Talk about career going full circle. That's what a career surely you'd want to have. Like, I bet, like, because didn't Flair wrestle with his son? Like, it goes career going full circle. Like, that's amazing. That's goals. That's
honestly too. Okay, I just think that's just one of the things that Lucha Libre. This is I think is a backbone of Lucha Libre is pretty much family. I think that's maybe the most family oriented style of pro wrestling in the world.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Remember, if you're listening live, please feel free to put anything in the live chat, and we'll get to it once you've finished breaking down the show. Obviously, they're quite elder gentlemen in a respectful manner, so the pace is a lot slower. The Atlantis team hit a really nice double tope suicidas to the floor. Ultimate Groove a powerbomb off the top, which mustn't have felt nice. Atlantis with a fucking dive off the top to the floor at 56 is just crazy. And then Gran Guerrero with a package pile driver into powerbomb got the win. This is much better than I anticipated, man. They came out, I was like, all right, cool, this is just going to be kind of a work the crowd type match. But they actually went at it. You know, there was some crazy spots on there. So fair play to all four of these guys.
Absolutely. As this tour has gone on, Atlantis Jr. has gotten better and better, man. He was not saying he was bad at the beginning of his tour, but he took his lumps, took a couple L's here in the tour, but now he started to really shine here, and I like this match a whole lot. And you were talking about other statesmen earlier in this match. Fucking Ultimo Guerrero's 46 years old himself, so and he can still go like none other. That powerbomb spot, that like mid-level, mid-rope powerbomb he did was pretty impressive. I like that powerbomb spot a lot. They also did a spot too where I got a nice little chuckle out of it. It was Ultimo Guerrero, Grand Guerrero, they're getting ready to hip toss Atlantis into the ring, and it was the softest hip toss I've ever seen in my life. And I didn't laugh. I applauded because I was like, you know what? He's a fucking legend. He's an elder statesman. That's right. You protect him.
Dude, so, speaking of protect, like I said, I'm very ready on, like, something in wrestling's brutal when, again, this is off topic. We'll go back to this match, but while I remember it, I'm very ready because obviously I have a Snapchat. No one's getting my personal Snapchat, just is how it is. But it's a rarity that I'll post a clip of, a wrestling match or a wrestling move mainly on there. And the fucking spot with Cavernario and Soberano Jr., when he does the flip and he just lands straight on his head. Oh, dude, that was like, I literally got my phone. I was like, boom, send that to my friends. They're responsible. What the fuck? Why'd you do that? I'm like, he got me fucking tucked. We'll get to that when we get to it, but just because otherwise I would have forgot. But yeah, I agree with that. It was some, again, you look at it and you're like, some people are like, oh, he's just been, why wrestle if you're going to have to be protected like that? It's like, no, dude, that was their choice to land him safely. Like, and Lucha's a different style as well. Lucha isn't, if that was like, a Japanese match, I'd be like, dude, you need to get out of there. But it's Lucha. It's kind of, it looks elegant. If is that a fair way of putting it? Like when Lucha's done properly.
No, that's a great, I'm glad you said that too, because when I was watching, as I've watched all these shows, I don't know if I'm off base about this. I could be. Lucha, I think, is becoming a lost art, man. And what I mean by that is, I think with all like certain wrestlers, these certain area wrestlers who actually, I don't want to say bite because I think bite is a bad word, but who borrow and are influenced from the Lucha style, who incorporate a lot of those moves into their move set. I think that in a way, the style of wrestling that they've created, this kind of aerial style, has almost kind of like David put Lucha in the background. Like it's just really weird. Like, because I was like, damn, these guys are fucking amazing. But then like, it's just crazy. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain. But then when I'm watching a match, I'm like, damn, like a person who just does high spots cannot do what a person who is highly trained in Lucha wrestling can do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. It just doesn't look it looks really clean. And it looks like, it does look very choreographed. Not gonna lie. I personally will never want to do it just because I think that I don't like it, as in I wouldn't like doing it myself, but I respect it a lot, and the training it must take to do it with the elegance they do it, it's absolutely crazy. Mad props to him. Like, to be able to do what they do every night, it's like, whew, beautiful stuff.
It shows you that pro wrestling is so different around the world. Like even in your neck of the woods, they got the submission style wrestling. Here they got pretty much a mixture of everything. In Japan, it's the shoot style, the strong style, what it's known for. And in Mexico, it's like you said, that this fast paced kind of almost dance style of wrestling. I think it's a beautiful thing for pro wrestling, different around the world to have different styles like that, and I love it.
Yeah, because then you can pick and choose. You can be like, hey, look, I'm really into this. I'm really into that. I don't like this. I don't like that. And you know what you like and you know what you don't like. It's just, I like it. I wouldn't like to do it, like I said, but definitely like watching it. And I want to watch a lot more. Then we had Caristico and Namahage.
Namahage.
Namahage. Fuck your name. Versus Flyer and Volador Jr. Dude, the talent in this one. They came out, I was like, this is going to be insane. And dude, this was absolutely crazy. Flyer started off with the running swanton over the top. He literally did his flip over the top, and it looked like he was fucking floating in the air. It took him that fucking long to hit the floor. I was like, how have you done that? Absolutely crazy motherfucker. Yeah. Oh, that roll through into a Canadian destroyer. Crisco of the heads into the armbar again, gets the win. Lots of armbar submissions getting wins here, but this was just mental pace. It was hard to take notes. It was just boom, 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 boom. Really, really great stuff. Hopefully Volador Jr. is back for the best of Super Juniors. Normally is. Hopefully he's back for this year. Fingers crossed. What are your thoughts on the match?
Well, speaking of people being back, we'll see Namahage here in a couple weeks. So yeah,
how come?
Dude, Namahage, I didn't even know. That's El Desperado.
Oh?
Yeah, he said, huh? Yeah, dude, that's El Desperado, man. He has an adopted. Yeah, no, click on him. If you click on him on Cage Match, yeah.
Dude, I didn't know.
Dude, I didn't know either.
That makes sense because he had the fucking nails painted. Oh, idiot. Yeah, it's clicking. It's clicked.
Okay, real shit. Like when Jen and I were breaking these shows down, like previewing them, I did not. And I was like, "Who the fuck is this dude?" Because I clicked, and like he hadn't wrestled and he hadn't used this gimmick in almost 6 years. So it was just like, "Oh shit, who did that?" I was like, "Fuck, that's El Desperado." And lo and behold,
that's so annoying because now it makes sense. Because I remember that he was on the outside, he was doing like this, he was like praying, and I saw the fingernails, and because weird things let's go through my mind, I was like, I hope I never get a gimmick where I have to paint my fingernails. And I'm like, now it makes sense because I remember I always think that when I see Despy. When I see Despy, I always go, "Oh, please don't give me a gimmick where I have to paint my fingernails. Please give me a gimmick where I don't paint my fingernails." So weird.
It was interesting with him too because it was, I was knowing that it is El Desperado. Him running around ringside and slapping hands with the fans was so odd to me. You know, like it was just like. That's
I think I need to go back and give this a second. I'm going to go back and give this one a second viewing now because I'm going to see it in a lot different light. I can't believe that's Despy. That's absolutely mental. That's absolutely mental. Fair play to him because I knew it was showing just by their mannerisms. So fair play to Despy. Oh, that's an insult to Despy.
Shows you how really good he is, though. Honestly, and he doesn't really. Yeah. Nobody says Despy's one of the tops in the world, but honestly, Despy's pretty damn good when you unpack his career and his resume. Like, remember Best of Super Juniors last year? That fucking banger he had with Hiromu.
Yeah. He's had some bangers, but he
was good here too tonight.
Yeah, he was just in Suzuki Gun. Which is the problem. Quite a lot of people just kind of roll their eyes or just Suzuki Gun. But no, I agree with you. And him and Kanemaru, again, people roll their eyes at Kanemaru. Kanemaru can go. We've watched some of his stuff from Noah back in the day.
Cover some of his
bangers, absolute bangers he had. But yeah, this was very fun.
This was good.
I always get confused. Is Caristico or Caristico is the guy
brother, okay, man. I will be in that same confusion boat that you were in because I don't. It's one of them. Okay, it's one of them. It's one of them, or it's all three of them. But because remember, it's Caristico, it's Mistico, then it's that mysteries that's like Sin Cara too. It's a whole weird thing, man. Like
which do we know which one was actually Sin Cara?
I don't even. Was it the one?
Was it Mistico?
I think this is the one that was in. This was the one that was Sin Cara that was in WWE.
What? So Caristico?
Yeah, the Caristico was Sin Cara. Yeah.
Okay, because I think I remember Caristico from Lucha Elite. Because I went through Lucha Elite, which I don't think exists anymore. They had a weekly TV series on Mexico. And that was, dude. I got so into that. I remember it's on this channel actually. Me and Sammy used to watch it every week and used to put it out. It used to be bangers. That's no longer exists. It was basically like indie shit, and they just went out there and had barn burners in small buildings. And it was absolutely fucking brutal. We need to watch more Lucha. It's absolutely tough. So disappointing. And then we had the banger of the night, in my opinion. We had El Barbaro Cavernario again. I figured it out. I know why we don't cover Lucha because I can't fucking pronounce their names. It's torture. Like I think it's taken me 2 years to learn how to say the Japanese wrestlers' names properly. Now you're just kind of blowing my mind with these Mexican luchas. But he wrestled El Soberano Jr. If I'm right, Soberano Jr. was in the Best of Super Juniors last year.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a decent one. Hopefully we get to see him back. These two are absolutely amazing. I think maybe what we could do instead of watching the full shows for CMLL, maybe watch like the main events. That could be a good shout because they do shows every week. Maybe just like watch the main events and cover them whilst that just popped into my mind because these are two great wrestlers. There was fucking Carvario so this is a funny story. So I'm eating my dinner. I had some noodles. I was eating my dinner. And then I see fucking Cavernario spit, and he like takes it here, and then he sucks it back up, and he keeps spitting and sucking it back up, and I'm literally there like eating my dinner, like absolutely disgusted.
Okay, that was funny is I was actually eating at that same time too. I was having breakfast. I had some pancakes, bacon, hash brown. Whoa. I come sit down like you saying.
Whoa! Pancakes with bacon and hash brown. That sounds disgusting.
No, like pancakes, not together, like on a plate.
You have pancakes with syrup, bro.
Yeah.
Syrup, not
Yeah.
bacon, not fucking hash. Definitely not hash brown.
Well, pancakes have syrup on them, and then the bacon and the hash browns are the sides. Very delicious, by the way. But point is, like you were eating.
Right, you did this all wrong. The pancake and syrup's is a good shout. Hopefully, it was on a separate plate, so none of the syrup got on the bacon or hash brown, because that would have been preposterous.
Oh no, put that on the same plate, baby. Come on.
Right, next time you do it, do this. So next time you have your pancakes or your syrup, make sure it's on a separate plate, because you don't want any of the syrup going on every other stuff. On your other plate, you have the hash browns, you have the bacon, but take the bacon, go get yourself 2 slices of bread, butter that baby, put the bacon inside the bread. You got yourself a bacon sarnie, pancakes and syrup, and some hash browns. Now that is called an Englishman's breakfast if I've ever heard one.
Dude, I actually put some bacon on a hash brown and made a nice little snack. It was great.
Wrong. Don't do that. Get bread, put bacon in the bread. Okay, make sure you butter the bread. If you don't butter the bread, it's disgusting, because the butter and the bacon mix is just peng. It's proper decent. You got yourself a bacon sarnie, pancakes and syrup, and hash browns on the side. That sounds great. If I wasn't on a diet, I'll definitely have that tomorrow. Fuck's sake.
But yeah, I'm with you though. That when he was doing that, it was not appealing to see something like that when you're eating.
Yeah, it was disgusting. I was like, yeah, thanks for that. I don't agree with spitting and wrestling anyway. You'll never see me do that. I don't agree with it. I really don't. I think it's disgusting. Like, it's just body fluids. Oh, eesh. Like, sweat on sweat's different, because that's just kind of natural. This is just human, just saliva. It's disgusting.
Borderline assault. Actually, that is assault over here.
Oh yeah, but you can get assaulted for fucking flicking someone over in America. Shouldn't have said that. Cavernario did this really nice dive. He did a suicide dive, kind of in between the turnbuckles, which was really cool. The crowd popped for that. Soberano with this twisting corkscrew off the top to the floor was nice. Cavernario with a fucking crossbody off the top to the floor with fucking Soberano laying grounded was sick. Like, absolutely crazy stuff. And then the sickening flip spot where Soberano landed on his head, and it was how would you describe it? It was kind of like he was going for a Owen Hart pile driver to Steve Austin 97. He went for that.
That's the best way to describe it, actually.
And he, instead of, so imagine Owen Hart giving that to Steve Austin flipping. Okay, so Steve Austin flips, and Owen Hart like tucks his chin, like, and just lands flat. Like, if he didn't tuck his chin and he landed flat, that would have looked sick, and he wouldn't have got hurt. Like, the one rule when you go forward is don't tuck your chin. The dude tucked his chin, and because he went like that, he landed like that. If he just landed like that flat, it would have looked fucking really, really nice. But hopefully he's not concussed or anything, because his head bounced off that mat hard. It was like,
yeah, it did. It bounced really. Yeah, it was not good.
Because I got it on my story and on the Snapchat, and I was just like boom, because I did the, you know, you can do the on the Snapchat, you can do a slow mo gimmick now with the story thing. So it just showed his head going boom, and I was just like, oh, it's brutal stuff. And then Cavernario with a backbreaker into a nasty backbreaker, mind you, into a Dragon Sleeper to got the win. Soberano Jr. is going to be a sore man. Don't picture him getting much sleep last night. He was probably on the pain pills. What a horrible thing to say. Jesus Christ.
He's on a pain pill.
Dude, after that, I would have. Like, that was nasty. That was absolutely nasty, some of the stuff he took in this. And the backbreakers and code breakers the guy took, it was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, that code breaker in the corner was nasty.
Yeah, bad way to start the show. Bad way to start the match. It was absolutely sickening. Really, really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. My match of the night. What was your thoughts?
Oh yeah, this is great right here. I don't think Barbaro was over last year. I know he definitely wasn't over for Best of Super Juniors. I'm not sure if he fits in a junior category. I think he still might be a junior. So he's one of the guys that I would definitely have come over here for Best of Super Juniors as well, because I think we said this last night on the show, not last night, but the night before. We said All Japan with their juniors don't wrestle like the juniors in New Japan or pretty much any juniors in the world. I mean, apart from like Noah, because Noah's juniors really aren't high flyers either. But New Japan falls into that category where they try to, for the most part, it's kind of different now because, of course, Ospreay's not there, Ricochet's gone and stuff like that. But they had the stigma of which a lot of their junior heavyweights were pretty much, that's all they did were high fly. And that's pretty much the worldwide stigma is the junior heavyweights, they high fly. And Barbaro Cavernario is not a high flyer to me. He's a bruiser. And I think bruisers fit in junior heavyweight divisions because I think it actually expands junior heavyweight divisions in a way because it's not just, oh, we have this guy here, he can fly. Da, 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 da. You should have, like you said, a guy that can fly in the junior heavyweight division. You have a guy that's like the muscle man in the junior heavyweight division. You have the guy that's a technician. I think this could be done if you really want to make your junior heavyweight divisions mean something. But I enjoyed this match immensely, man. Soberano Jr. here, man. Hopefully, like you said, he is not hurt, but yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty difficult landing on your fucking noggin like that. But oh man, nice, excellent sequences here in this match. Match of the night for sure. Probably top 3 match of the tournament right here, definitely. Yeah, so I would actually hope both of these guys are back over for Best of Super Juniors 2019. So Gedo, Harold May probably don't even know who either one of these guys are. So fuck you, Harold May. LK didn't say that. I said that. So
I definitely did say that. Love you, Harold.
He said, "Love you, Harold." But now, all jokes aside, but these guys need to be back here because, like we were alluding to earlier with the junior heavyweight division, it's okay. It's really open and it's really just kind of murky with a junior heavyweight division right now. So I think guys like this, even if they're on loan, would do nothing but help them.
100%, they got to do it. I mean, really, if we sit back and think about it, they can do Taguchi. They could do maybe Desperado. They can do Shingo, Shoyo, Bushi. But now you're stealing from the junior tag division, which is even weaker than the singles. I mean, you could use Liger again. That's it. That's kind of it. And really it's kind of
they don't even.
We went from
even most of.
Go on.
My bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, I was gonna say even most of their young lions now. If you look at it on the surface, most of their young lions are heavyweight young lions. They're not junior heavyweight young lions. I mean, they have Kawato still on excursion, but dude, hell, I don't think you should rush him back.
Why? I think we should bring him back because it's been like 60 years since I forgot. In the nicest way possible, I forgot Kawato existed. Until you just mentioned his name. And I forgot how much I love that.
Excursions are different for different people because Hiromu was on excursion for damn near almost 4 years. So it's just like, if he's ready, he's ready. I don't know if he's ready or not. I've heard mixed reviews about him over in CMLL. Sometimes he's doing well. Sometimes I hear he's not doing well. So I don't want to, if he's not ready.
I mean, in the end of the day, it doesn't matter what these people's opinions are. It matters what, your boy Harold and Gedo thinks. And if they think, look, we need something to spice up the junior division, he was amazing as a fucking young lion. Fuck that in a nice, respectful manner. Fuck that Mexican lucha libre stuff. Just come back here, do what you were trained to do. Strong style. You've learned the lucha libre style. You've been over there for fuck me sideways now. Solid 2 years at least, minimum. Damn. Surely.
Okay, I'm not even trying to. This is not even your thought. This is just me. I'm not even being funny. I'm not even joking. Where Dave low key almost fucked up the junior heavyweight division because as you talk about that, as we sit here and talk about this show, like you said, Taguchi's challenging for the belt right now. I'm just talking about non-tag team wrestlers. This is reslers who are in non-tag teams who are a junior heavyweight wrestler in New Japan. Taguchi he's challenging for the belt here. We presume he's probably going to lose the title, so that's probably fair. Who do you even have challenge him after Taguchi? Like, I mean, where do you even go from here as far as the junior heavyweight? Because if Ospreay is a heavyweight, well, we're just presuming he even if he's not a heavyweight right now, he's still tied up with that never open weight belt. So we can take him out of the equation. Who are they gonna throw at him? Fucking Rocky Romero? Man, we know Rocky Romero. He's been out of the junior heavyweight division for about a year and a half. He ain't no damn junior heavyweight. So who would they even have to even challenge Taiji Ishimori like right off the bat? I know a match they could do, but I don't know. It depends on this man's schedule and if he's willing to stay over here and he's actually in the main event. I don't know how many times when Dragon League wrestle, but I think that could be a good shout.
He doesn't have to win.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have to win. He can just come over.
He just has to have title. He's title challengers.
I think that's Dominion sort of. Then I think they'll do that Dominion. I think
Dominion.
If Hiromu's not back, I think we get Dragon Lee Ishimori at Dominion. I think that's really it because you can do Despy. I mean, you could do Shingo, Bushi, but again, they're in the dead junior tag, so they'll be defending their belts. I don't really. What about that junior heavyweight who wrestled in the junior tag league on the Power Struggle tour in the Bullet Club.
Robbie Eagles.
Robbie Eagles, maybe he could challenge.
Ooh, you think? I don't know if we want to have Bullet Club versus Bullet Club so soon, though.
Yeah. So again, this is he could be back up if when Ishimori loses the belt.
Honestly, I think you just said him, but I think it kind of is going to require them dropping the junior heavyweight tag belts. I think we will, without going too long-winded on this junior heavyweight discussion, I think we probably will get a Shingo junior heavyweight title reign. He's just too good not to put that belt on him.
I think he's too good to not too good to be in the juniors, but I think he's too big. Firstly, to be in the junior division, the guy looks fucking jacked. I think he should win the junior title, wait till Hiromu comes back, and then when Hiromu comes back, then go up to heavyweight, because then you can keep doing Hiromu Bushi. So then there's your junior tag. Hiromu can go back and forth for the junior title. I think, yeah, definitely Shingo move up. I think that's required. That's hopefully 2019. That's hopefully 2019. Then we had main event time. We had Dragon Lee and Mistico against the last Sangre Dinamita, which is El Cotero and Sanson. They both look absolutely identical. And that's not racist because they're both wearing the exact same gear and the exact same mask. There is no way to tell these two gentlemen apart in the nicest way fucking possible. But they were heels, so they attacked pre-bell. Lee with the hot tag. This was kind of worked like it felt like a Western tag.
Yeah,
the heel heat, and then they got the hot tag in, which I think is good just for storytelling purposes. It just makes it so much easier. Caristico then did a springboard hurricane run on Samson, who was draping on the top rope, which is fucking sick. And then Lee were like this kind of Northern Lights into a Falcon Arrow to get the win. This is a really fun main event. So now they get to face the Los Guerreros Lagueros. Butcher that again. Gran Guerrero and Ultimo Guerrero, presumably on the 20th. Is that fair to say?
Let me go ahead and check real quick. Because I just had the cards pulled up. Sunday. I think you might be right. I think it is, yes, the 20th.
Yeah, that's good.
They might end. Wow, they have more. What's crazy is they have more matches listed for the fucking match show on the 21st than they do on the show on the 20th, which is, I think, kind of crazy. But hey, what do I know?
What is the 21st one on New Japan World as well?
Oh yeah, it's the last show.
Okay, cool. Is that at Korakuen as well? Are they doing triple shot?
Yeah, yep. This is Korakuen because they didn't do Korakuen at all at the beginning of this tour. I think they were at Osaka at the beginning of the tour. Yeah,
I saw that they've been doing everywhere else. I'm really annoyed I missed this because normally I watch every year. It's just I was watching All Japan and other stuff as well. They'd watched some DDT and I even watched 205 as well. Speaking of 205, I'll be doing a 205 live review once we finish wrapping this bad boy up. I'm going to be doing that, I think, with Dave. Fingers crossed. Let's get to
Shout
live
out to
chat.
Dave Coco, by the way. Give Dave my best.
I will do. I feel like you know when you're at your cousins and like give your parents my best.
Yes, yeah.
Tell your mom. Tell your mum I said hi. I fucking hate that shit.
No. Dude, like, I remember I had a.
Yeah, I will do. You already know.
I'll do it. Dude, okay. I just to our conversation up in Toronto, Canada, with Dave Coco on Google Hangouts like many years ago. So shout out to Dave Coco.
Good old days. Adam Brown says, "What's up, guys? How you doing?" I'm doing very well, Adam Brown. I'm
how you doing, man? Good. Yeah, this main event was good, by the way. I like this main event a whole lot. And honestly, it's funny you say about the two guys dressed similarly. The dude who had a goatee that was sticking out of the mask. If you go back and look at this, I might be wrong. You think I might be off base? If I am, let me know. I was like, this dude looks like Juice Robinson just cut off his dreads and just put on a fucking lucha mask and is out here wrestling right now. Like, I was like, is that Juice Robinson? Because he pretty much looks like it, like Juice goatee showing. What's up? But this match was really good, man.
I'm still fucking verklempt from Namagoje being El Desperado.
Into the world soccer? I didn't even know that. I was like, because like you said, his manner, he does nothing similar as Namahage as he does as El Desperado. So when I found that I was like, fuck, I feel dumb for that. But he does nothing the same.
Yeah, that's credit. Because like when we saw Shonyo, Ryujin, and Fujin, we're like, yeah, that's Shonyo. Like straight off the bat, you can just see by the way they walk.
Yeah, like they let you know that that's who they are. Like, even, and they actually beat fucking Shingo and Bushi, I think the second night of the live showing of Fantasticamania. So it's like, oh, Raijin and Fujin have a title shot at some point, but we know who you are.
Yeah, do you reckon that they'll be Roppongi 3K for sure? There's no way they'll do that.
Oh yeah, because one of the matches, Bushi actually said Raijin Fujin and he actually called them Komatsu and Tanaka. He actually called them their actual last names. He said, whoever y'all are, he said, bring y'all masks or not, we gonna, beat y'all. And what's crazy, okay, tell me if you think I'm crazy about this. So I was watching, Fantasticamania, most of the guys Lucha here, they wear masks, right? I was like, what if they had a show to where everybody who doesn't wear masks normally wears masks, and everybody who wears masks normally like, fuck it, I'm not wearing a mask today.
Oh, dude, that'd be so mind-fucking. That would be the biggest mind-fuck in the world. You'd be like, who the fuck are these people? That'd be hilarious. That'd be crazy.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be mental. That'd be absolutely mental.
If I ever book a show, okay, I'm going to do that.
Don't do that. I think you'd get fucking battered.
I'm used to it.
Young wrestler in the Midwest in hospital after making Lucha Libre wrestlers take off their mask and give it to someone else. What a way to go, eh? What a way to go. Anna Brown says, wrestlers who wrestle outside WWE wrestle in their 50s and 60s, while wrestlers in the WWE can barely wrestle in their 40s. What's your opinion on that?
That's very... Well, honestly, too, that's a good question. And to that, wrestlers that wrestle inside the WWE, for the most part, if they're contracted, like, they have to make all these dates, they're wrestling 300 plus days a year. And I'm not sure on the schedule of these guys as far as, the CMLL, hell, as far as the guys on New Japan or even All Japan, but they're not wrestling 300 plus days a year. And even with the elder statesmen, they even cut their schedules down. So I just think it's probably about the wear and tear and having to work so much with being in the WWE.
Plus with the WWE, they have to do all the marketing for, like, they have to go do they have to go do the interviews, they have to go do the press stuff, they have to go do, not have to, but they go do the Make-A-Wish stuff. I'm not saying New Japan guys don't do stuff for charity, but I'm just saying, like, the toll on the brain is just, like, I think that's kind of a place where, like, for me anyway, I'd like to end up there, and I don't really like talk about it, but just because of the style is softer. The style is softer.
See you there.
But it's more important than the style being softer. It's the whole, like, you've been there and done it. That's what worries me about Omega. Okay, because if I'm thinking it at 22, okay, started training, I'm thinking, how do I foresee my career going? Kenny Omega's in his 30s now.
Yep.
That thought, got to be in his head. What if, like, the way I see it, I don't want to be on my deathbed and go, what if? That's how I live my life by. I don't want to look back on my deathbed going, what if I did that? What if I went there? What if I did that? What if I didn't do that? And that was worried me about Omega, because if Omega goes to E, I don't know, I worry that it will kill his passion for wrestling, like in a nicest way possible. But no,
okay, real quick, if I can interject real fast, because speaking on the other side of the fence, ropes, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. Like, I can see what you mean. Maybe killing it is his passion for wrestling, but I look at people when they leave WWE, like guys like a Pop, guys like an MVP, guys like I'm trying to think of other people once they left WWE. They're like, oh man, I just felt like I'm just saying, they're like, it's almost like they got a career reinvigoration with like leaving the E. So no, there are some wrestlers where it's like draining to them, but there are some wrestlers to where they're like, fuck, I'm out of there. But let's go. What are we doing now? So yeah, there's two sides of the coin to that. I definitely do think that. Yeah,
he's just so grinding. Hopefully,
and shit, honestly, too, real quick, okay, he's accomplished pretty much. Even though I'm the most critical person probably about him, but it's just like he's accomplished so much in not only his New Japan career, but his Japanese wrestling career as a whole. So yeah, I think for him to not even try to go there, I think he would be selling himself short. I really do, because if you can get this money, you can get it while you can. Because if you can just go there from year, 2 year, you can go to All Elite Wrestling. You can come back to New Japan. They always will have you back.
Yeah, exactly. It's down to personal preferences, and every human being is different, and just be fascinating to see what
absolutely
he does. Be fascinating to see, but he will be missed in New Japan. But it is what it is. But yeah, back to the point. I think that, again, like you said, New Japan wrestle 200 shows a year. WWE wrestle 300 shows a year. You're like, oh, it's only an extra 100 a year. But if you do that over 200 years, over 20 years, that's an extra 2,000 matches.
Absolutely.
The style may be softer, but they're still their bump card. It's still their body. And think about this, yeah? In New Japan and All Japan and everywhere in Japanese wrestling, the body isn't the most crucial thing. You don't have to look ripped. Yes, they're all in good shape. I wasn't better to do what they do. But, you know, in WWE, it's like you have to.
That's the first thing, yeah.
You have to be in tip-top shape, which means that you have to...
Men and women.
Men and women, yeah, you have to go to the gym, you have to diet. Whereas in New Japan and All Japan, yeah, most of them are in shape, but there is like a few who like, you know what, you can see that they haven't worked out this tour. You know, they took the tour off working out, and then the next tour they're going to work out. It's like, whereas in WWE, it's like workout, wrestle, workout, train.
Like,
diet.
no disrespect to him, but I don't know when the last time I could see Toru Yano even working out. But I mean, no disrespect.
Toru Yano's character is that he doesn't care, you know. That's Toru Yano. He doesn't need to work out. Don't ever work out, Yano. Please never work out.
The shooter though, so I mean,
just like see Yano turn out of a fucking 8-pack and veins bulging. That'd be mental.
That's even like crazier too. Like, because I remember back in the day, I remember even Hulk Hogan saying, which is wild, like they would even do like if he did like a Sunday show, if he did an early show like 1 o'clock, they would have like he would have to like hurry up and leave, and then like they have a show like later that night. So I know they're not doing shit like that no more, but that's just crazy to even think about people potentially doing stuff like that.
They do that at the camps in England. They do that. They have a show in the morning, afternoon, and evening. It's absolutely mental.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. But then it was different back then. You weren't taking as much heavy bumps as you are now. Like now, it's kind of expected in a match that you're going to take some stupid shit, which I think is a disgrace. But just this is how the industry's gone. It's just how it is. Like if you went out there and like a Young Lions match, imagine if every match like a Young Lions match, I'd say is like a stereotypical match from back in the 80s. Like set moves, boom, in and out, boom, that's it. Whereas now it's kind of like you're expecting dives, you're expecting some crazy shit. It's like, eesh. Adam Brown says Mistico was Sin Cara in WWE. Okay, it was Mistico. I don't even think he's on this tour. Thank you for that, Adam Brown. Appreciate that.
He is. That was him.
What, Caristico?
Yeah, but Caristico was Mistico. Or Caristico was Sin Cara.
But I thought Caristico was Caristico.
Caristico was Mistico, who was Sin Cara. And now Mistico, who is the dude who's Mistico, is not Sin Cara. Yeah.
This is fucked up. I'm gonna have to get a cage match to give the detailed analysis on this bullshit situation, because that's crazy. That's actually mental,
isn't it?
Right, there we go. Let's go to New Japan Presents Fantasticamania Caristico.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, dude. So listen to this. Okay, so he's been Caristico has been Astro Boy, Dr. Caronte Jr., Komachi, Mistico, Mr. Z's, that's a horrible name, and Sin Cara.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Dude, fucking the other Mistico was known as Dragon Lee before being Mistico.
Dude, this is insane. Are they just like switching up? Like after a couple of years, I'm bored of this guy now. I'm going to become fucking.
Yeah, I want to wear this mask now. Let me wear this mask.
You be Dragon Lee, I'll be Mistico. I'm fucking bored of it now. Oh, unbelievable. Thank you for that, Adam Brown. Very kind. Right. That Englishman breakfast sounds good. That does. It's got to be done. Bacon sandwich, hash brown, and pancakes with the syrup on. That's depressing. The stuff I'll do for a hash brown, Dion. The stuff I'll do. You know what? The stuff I'll do for a McDonald's sausage and egg bagel with hash brown and the Tropicana orange juice. Oh.
He said, "Oh,
dude,
I love potatoes, man.
Oh, man. Unbelievable, absolutely evil stuff." That's what I'm gonna have for my next cheat day. Actually, I'm gonna treat myself on my next cheat day. I'm gonna get the pancakes and syrup from the McDonald's, the bagel with the sausage and egg, with the hash brown and the Tropicana orange juice. It's got to be done. I'm excited. Definitely excited. Anyway, thank you very much for coming on, Dion. Pleasure as always. Anything you wish to promote?
Well, you know, you can find me at SOS Wrestle Talk on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud as well. Here on the Coco Sports Network with my good brother LK, and shout out to Dave Coco as well. All our compatriots that couldn't be here, Jana, P, Bunches, we holler at y'all later. And yeah, man, I'm just going to try to watch some wrestling, as much wrestling as possible this weekend, since I'm probably going to be snowed in. But I never let the snow stop me. I always keep moving. So
yeah, good luck with that. Hopefully you don't fucking get too trapped in. Yeah, what should we do tomorrow for Daily Press? Are we thinking All Japan?
that's a good question. I know that you probably should watch the All Japan show that came on this morning. There's still the 0-1 that you got to. Have you checked that out yet? Or
no, I haven't.
That Russell 1 show is on YouTube as well. So like,
there's so much to watch. Monday is like, because I've got the week, so I'm working 2 till 10:30s, and then I'll come back, and then I'll be late. Yeah, I'm pretty free this weekend actually. To be fair, I'll have time because I've got Saturday, Sunday. I'm in the evening, so not morning shifts, which means I won't be tired when I get home, which means I won't fall asleep. And then Monday I've got off, so I'm pretty game to do all that stuff. We got to smash out. We got to get caught up. That's my plan of attack, to get caught up on all this bullshit. Because it really annoys me. It triggers in the back of my mind like I need to fucking watch it. But I need to find the time. It's really evil.
No, I'm with you. I get the same. I'm same way.
It's horrible. Anyway, Dion, thank you very much for coming on. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this Coco Sports channel if you have not yet. Please do so. That in mind, I'll be back very shortly, hopefully, with Dave doing the 205 live review. I'll say you said hi on the show. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the live chat. If you're listening post live, again, feel free to put anything you wish in the comments or we'll answer. Join us on Sunday. Do you want to do the show live after airs on Sunday? Because
I don't have to work, so why the hell not?
Boom. So Sunday we'll be going live straight after it airs on New Japan World. So please come down and check it out. So thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll be catching your asses down the line.